I had nowhere to go, and I actually met a friend of mine. We're on the way to court, and it was during COVID. My friend Amy, and she said, "Hey, well, come find me down by the wash house when we get out of here," because we both said represent ourselves, and the Superior Court judge terminated our probations and let us both go because of COVID.
Okay.
So go be with your families. Well, I had nowhere to go.
So when it comes to what's happening in Wayne County and the North Carolina area, look no further than Taylor House Publishing. If you have a story that needs to be told, please contact us via email at taylorhousepublishing@gmail.com.
All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm here with Mr. Phuzzie.
Yes, sir.
And who are you?
Ariel, Miss Phuzzie.
Miss Phuzzie.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys were living in Tent City.
Right up front.
Right up front. So you were the first, I guess, what did y'all call them? Apartments? Tents?
Well, no, it was our tent site, so it was our home site.
The whole yard was mostly storage.
Now, how did y'all, how long had y'all been there?
At that spot, about a year.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
so
Well,
how did y'all get the front spot then?
Oh, like, that last spot, it was from the summertime to...
We were trying to go from mosquitoes.
Okay.
And we didn't really want to be associated with some people in Tent City that was being grimy. So we tried to move up front, which had a really positive response. A lot of people started showing up, giving a lot of donations, a lot of help to the homeless that we weren't getting here before.
They were stopping and asking what was going on while I was sitting there trying to mark out my spot, because I was taught you put a yard up or a fence up and people are supposed to leave it alone. So then there's like people coming up with cars, and I was trying to explain like what Tent City was, and that's when a lot of people started actually like coming out and wanting to help support us. But it was just like doing the foods and stuff, but actually like trying to get us out there. Like
at the same time, we had a lot of troubles with the railroad police.
The railroad police?
Yeah,
so
Norfolk, Suffolk.
So what would they do?
He rides around in his little Durango, and he always threatened people to take him to jail. We see them on the tracks, but like he was as adamant on getting rid of us.
Well, like, okay, I understand. I do understand the whole part. Okay, like the ones that left their carts at the railroad tracks, that was it was endangering a lot of people. Now, what the part that I didn't like is like he would come into the Tent City and the shopping carts that are around us, not even around the railroad road, he was harassing us. He's like, he's about to like find us all, and all. It's like, no, go find the ones that is like has left their carts out, or like we will, and we'll deal with them. But that's the harassment I didn't like. Or he sat there and he was one of the ones when we moved our stuff from Ollie's and stuff that told us to go right behind Target. And when we finally moved to that spot, he's like, now you're too close to the railroad.
So what happened on the day that they made it? It was so you remember the day exactly?
Oh yeah,
April 5th. So what happened on April 5th?
There was a mad panic with everybody trying to get out of Tent City before, because we only had 4 days left, we thought.
Well, okay, so everybody got different answers. There was Kelly, there was Jamie Taylor, there was cops that was saying all different times. The cops were saying not today, not tomorrow, sometime soon. And I had just got told, what day was that?
I thought it was like the end of March.
Well, see, like the newspaper, the news, and everybody got different information. But what the cops...
officially at the end of March.
Captain Adams told me that to keep up with the actual accurate information, he himself will come with the crew to tell everybody the final deadline and to give us resources for a place to stay. That never happened. So
Captain Adams helped us out. We were on probation, and we had to go to this thing down by the golf course, by Slocum Street, and he helped me get my ID card. He's helped a lot of homeless people out. Stand-up guy, and I called him, and he said don't take on threats to heart. If you do get kicked out of there, I'll be there.
Okay.
And he wasn't there.
But like, there's a newspaper article. I'm on the front page talking to him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday paper.
They didn't never ask me if they could take a picture of me. They asked if they could take a picture of my properties, and it's like to show that we weren't wrecking the land. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Then I look in the newspaper, and they're like, it's like Ariel Paskey, who was homeless, talking to Captain Adams. I'm like,
so you didn't like that?
I didn't. They didn't ask me about that. Like, and to just be
the last thing any homeless person needs is someone being seen talking to the police.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right, I got you.
Like,
Okay,
it's not,
yeah.
that's not
And
cool.
they
And
tried
the
to-
picture they showed of our place was the most abstract little square. Like you couldn't tell nothing up there. The ink was faded.
Okay.
It looked like a hot mess.
Yeah, but I like I told you before, I like how your place was. You had the gate and everything.
Right.
Like,
I was making a home, and I had a tent per room of a house, the bedroom, and I was trying to
Yeah, I
actually
saw that.
organize it. That's
I saw
where
that.
all the stuff was
Yeah.
supposed to go in, and then they were like, yeah, we need to go. So I had to rip it all back, and then we had like Marcus Allen cutting up our tents, people breaking in and doing all sorts of stuff, and we were trying to find somewhere we weren't going to get trespassed. We weren't just going to try to jump into somebody else's yard.
so you are the first person who mentioned that name without hesitation.
I watched your video. Well,
Okay.
he watched it, and I didn't.
Yeah. So, but let's go back to April 5th, right?
Everybody was packing up bikes, little setup, looked about like this for everybody, but different sizes and shapes, like Mad Max out there.
Okay.
And everybody's trying to pack up and get out of there for the police show up. But then people just keep blocking me in there. Like I can't get out. Like I got to get people out of my yard so I can drag this thing out the way. And it just kept happening, like over and over again. I'm like, what's really going on here? And then 2 city cops, they fly by.
4.
The 4.
There was 4. 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one stopped and talked to Joe. Joe went in and got Brandy and his dog. The 3rd one came around, talked to Josh. Josh ran and everything, and I was like, hey, they're telling us that we need to go. And now I look up, and there's 3 officers, and they're like,
They say, well, I've been given authority by Chief West to charge him with trespassing that's out here. I said, hey man, we'll go. He said, yeah, with us.
and it's like, well, you let them go. It's like, look, our wagons.
We only had
like,
2 cars, so they told me, but there's definitely 4.
Yeah.
And there's other people there.
So they came to y'all. Did they arrest you too?
Yeah, me and him are the only ones that got arrested. Like they were, they had to go through the yard. Josh Eccleston and Josh Dose was in our yard like that, and they talked to the cops, and they both ran. And then
they ran. They
like
Joe.
They got to walk away.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what? How did you react when they
I was like, I asked them, I was like, well, why y'all just walk past Stanford? They said, oh, we only got 2 cop cars out here. I see more cop cars than that.
Okay.
They just let it walk off, and I didn't understand why I was targeted.
And so how long did you stay in?
I stayed in till the 25th, and then I got time served.
Okay.
When we were going in, they were taking. I know like knives and whatever wasn't supposed to go with us, but they took out my phone. I had $30 on me, and they said that we couldn't bring my purse or nothing, my personals, and they put it in a wagon, and everything was just left there.
Left where? Out?
At Tent City.
So did y'all get any of y'all stuff back?
No. He said we'll get it when we get bonded out.
And
so what happened to you? It's like, so when y'all got out, like, so you just got out yesterday, right?
And I've been out since the 25th, and obviously other people got to trespass and stuff because our stuff wasn't there.
So they took all of your stuff.
Ransacked.
It was like the way it's trashed and everything, we didn't leave it like that. It was all lined up, ready to go, and how it looks, we did not do that. People are saying that's the reason why we got kicked out. I'm like,
but it looks like now that we just trashed the place.
It looks like it.
And they took away the dumpsters that was put out there, and they didn't actually clean up.
Thanks, homie.
Y'all know that guy?
He used to live out in Tent City too.
Oh yeah.
We're boarding him up.
He's more of the after story.
He's the oldest.
You was the first one out there?
Yeah, for
Over
the Tent
6
City
years.
chapter.
What you call it?
The Tent City chapter.
The
Like
Tent City chapter,
I've been
because-
doing segments of just.
So were people standing behind alleys before the Tent City?
Well, like
Both
Both
at the same time.
Yeah. I had nowhere to go, and I actually met a friend of mine. We're on the way to court, and it was during COVID. My friend Amy, and she said, "Hey, well, come find me down by the wash house when we get out here," because we both said represent ourselves, and the Superior Court judge terminated our probations and let us both go because of COVID.
Okay.
So go be with your families. Well, I had nowhere to go.
So do you have family? That's another question I asked. Like, how did you guys come to, be in the position of homelessness?
his mom didn't want to actually give us a chance.
My mother, she's something else. I love her, but she took us in, came and got me out of Tent City, and then I met Ariel, And then they came to where we're staying at, and I got a warrant.
Who they?
Sheriffs.
Police.
Because
Okay.
some stuff happened in the neighborhood. They ran my name. And I asked my mom to take Ariel in. And everything was going great first. They got her birthday cake, and it got out on her birthday, and everything was all peachy. And then out of nowhere, my mom just wanted me out. And I was trying to act right. I want my old self.
We were doing everything that they just
I was trying to get
asked us to. And
my disability
was working
started.
in the yard and sitting there doing a business plan. She didn't want to see the business plan. It was stage 6 out of the 10 steps to build a business.
She didn't see us living there as an option anymore.
So how long were y'all there?
Probably
I know it
about.
was March is when you got a trespass.
Okay, so it was about a month.
About a month.
About a
So
month.
she gave y'all the month.
Yeah, and then they tried to put the eviction notice on us, and paperwork got botched. So my dad just trespassed us out of the house, and the magistrate told me I can't go back and get my things without police help.
And that's until the court thing.
So literally, I
all
left
my
with
tools.
no socks at my mama's house.
Work tools, everything.
38.
38. And how old are you, Miss Phuzzie?
31.
31. So did y'all meet out here at on the streets? Or how did y'all meet? I guess it's a funny story, huh?
Actually, it's been a few different times that we've, in our lifetime, that we've been around each other. just
Okay.
In brief passing. I was working at Breakers one night.
Breakers.
and,
What is Breakers?
The gas station on Berkeley. 24-hour drive-through.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'm working at, I just started Breakers, and the dude that was training me was like, "You're going to see all sorts of random stuff in the middle of the night." That's where the people that drink alcohol come around. And as he's talking and stuff, he's riding a bike, and he whips it around out of this like a curve, and it's dark, and he's like, and when he stops, his hair goes flying up, and I'm like, "He's a peacock." And I'm like, "Can I color your hair?" He said, "Sure." And I
that
wish I
was
would have
it,
brought
huh?
him home to color his hair then, because I've been so happy. 11/11/22.
11/11. Oh, that's when y'all got back together.
Oh no, that's when we actually got, or that 11/11/22. I wish for somebody to give me.
That's when you got out of jail.
Huh?
That's when you got out of jail.
I got 11/3/22.
You know what I'm saying.
In 11/11, I wished, and then that's when you knocked on my door.
So how many knocked on your door? Where? Your tent door?
Or no, my camper that I was staying at.
Oh, okay.
Like I just went through a bad breakup and all this stuff, and
Okay.
I prayed, I wished, and he actually knocked on my door. And
So how many times have you guys been to jail? I've been to jail a lot of times too. So it's not a-
eight according to my sheet of sites today.
eight
different
times. You ever been to prison?
No.
No prison. What was it like? I assume, once again, I have a history as well of abuse. Like, is that a big phase of your criminal record?
It's mostly missing court. A few abuse charges. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do y'all plan to overcome that? Like, now that we here, right? So you just got out of jail for 2 months, right? Now, I know most of the time I went to jail kind of helped me get sober, you know, and then, I
It opened my eyes a bit. This time especially. So it's amazing. I can tell you about is how she actually got me out of jail.
okay, so because you had a what? So when they arrested you at 10 City, your bond was
$6,000.
$6,000. Now, they gave you that bond knowing that you were pretty much homeless. So,
Yeah, they knew.
so
they
you.
let us go last time that we just had trespassing and stuff. They didn't even let me sign myself out. I got $1,000 for mine.
You got $1,000 bond. Was it secured or
It
unsecured?
was secured.
Secured.
They kept me there for 25 days.
So you had to pay $100, or they just finally let you out?
They took me to court on the 25th, and he's like, "Well, all right, time served. You can go."
So how'd you get them out?
So we like to sit over there by Books A Million.
You said what now?
We sit by Books A Million.
Y'all sit.
Yeah.
Technically, it's actually it's either home, Books A Million, or what? Tell it. You can tell it. I'm gonna tell everything.
I'm gonna tell a story.
Okay, I'll let you tell it. Don't tell her. You can't say how I rescued you. You weren't there. You got rescued.
Oh, okay. Well, you told him the story though, right?
I did.
So
No,
look.
he can.
All right,
So we like to sit there and we collect pennies. You see pennies
Y'all
on the ground,
connect
pick it up.
pennies?
Yeah.
Okay.
See it on the ground, pick it up all day long. Got good luck, right?
I clean
Yeah.
them up and organize them. even
She
though-
might have had, I don't know, like 300 pennies
300 pennies.
that she was
is
collecting
$3.
because they're like old, like 1920s
Oh yeah, okay.
Weird wheat panties or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Well, sitting out here, she met a woman that paid her first $200 for those panties, and she still had enough to get me out. And so she went and saw her at where she was staying at, and she brought the rest of her coins up there, and the woman paid her handsomely $2,000.
Old pennies.
Just for some panties. It's like Jesus and the fish, right?
Yeah.
Add a little bit of something, turn something huge.
So you mentioned Jesus now. That's so. How do you have faith? What is your spiritual belief?
I am very much a follower of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
It was February 14th, 2018. I was in jail the first time.
Well, the first time?
The very first time. And we had these people come up from Kadash Ministries, and she preached out the Bible, and something just struck me. I said, I accepted Jesus Christ in my life, and something inside me just felt whole. And ever since then, he hasn't let me down yet.
Okay. So how did you like end up, I guess, in that predicament, like away from your family the first time? And
I had FTAs, missed the court, and they hit me with the C bond, and so it was $6,000 to get me out that time, and I wasn't going to afford it. And so I sat there for 7 months.
7 months.
Same kind of thing, a little bit of dope.
And then you got out, and then what? There was just nowhere to go, or did you mentioned your mom came to rescue you, you know, one time.
She's helped me out a couple times, smaller ones, but like Eddie's a big fella, and she just thinks I need to be in there.
Yeah. So, but when you got out, did you go back home, or you just returned to the streets?
So when they let me out yesterday.
No, I'm talking about the 7 month time.
Oh, 7 months. Oh, no, I went home, and we tried it for a little while. I was working back at Domino's. I was on probation, and then I didn't make my appointments, and they violated me. It was right around COVID, and the probation officer at the time told my mom that they found all these drugs on me, and I was out here running the streets, and I was causing all this trouble. And I wasn't doing nothing but just riding around delivering pizza. But that's the time the judge. That's the time the judge said.
Y'all going with Mongolian to eat?
Yeah. I was trying to sit there and go get food, and then he jumps on the phone and he's talking to you. I'm like, I was like, okay, and he's like, I could do it in 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, you can do it.
All right, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna let y'all go because I know y'all probably home. But one last thing about when they let you out yesterday, there was some sort of thing that happened.
Yeah, there's the CO. When we go to the elevator, I say, "Am I good to go?" And he puts the bag in my hand, my property, and says, "You're free." So then she went up and hugged me, and I'm out of the door.
Jamie tells the other chick to sit there and deal with us. But then while we were waiting, I signed the papers, I gave the money, and she's like, after like an hour or so, she's like, "Well, I gotta run an errand, and I gotta go do something. I'll be back. If I'm not back, just have him come to the office and sign the paper and stuff." I'm like, I'm used to. I sign, I pay. They wait until they get brought out and they sign because all 3 signatures have to be on this paper.
Yeah.
And that's how they get their release paper. Well, by the time, like, it was like another hour or so after when he finally got released, I done forgot. I hugged him. I haven't seen him for 2 months, and
so he didn't go to her office to sign the paper.
No, I forgot.
And then walk back this way.
She should have been back if she was just running a quick errand, anyways. And we were talking to another lady before even leaving. Like,
we were hard to find.
And so they tried to rearrest you.
That's what I think.
My buddy that's in us the water, he finds us. We're about by Papa John's, and he told me that Jamie Shelby called you, man. You're gonna go back to jail. I said, what? He said, you didn't sign a paper. I said, get out of here, man. So I called Jamie, and she's like, yeah, I need to go up there and sign this paper. You just have release paper. I was like, well, that don't fall on me, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And for what I hear, they do that a lot.
Yeah.
Whereas
probation is worse than anything. They know we're homeless, and they sit there and they put us on an ankle monitor and say, if it dies, you're going to jail.
Yeah. All right, so is there anything left? Cause my man look like he ready to eat. He waiting on y'all. So is there anything else y'all want to share about y'all's story? You know, I might check y'all out another time.
It's crazy.
You actually want a more in detailed thing? I'll sit there and actually write it out and for like chronicle order and stuff. Because I'm the detailed one. He's the short and simple. That's where he was looking at me like, shut up. I'm like, I will sit there and give you exactly all the details from my point of view, if you want it. And see.
Okay. Yeah, so is there anything else you want to share, Mr. Phuzzie?
It's like there's a war on homelessness, man, and you know other states are trying to really help some people out.
So you don't think Goldsboro is doing enough?
Oh no! We know they're not. Like I said, or that could be another.
I felt
thing.
targeted.
I have.
And she's had to move so many times because they're still in the city.
5 times since the 25th, and lost a lot of stuff.
And Captain Adams, he tried to give me some help with the VA, fell through.
Oh, so you a veteran?
Yes, 5 years Navy. My picture's still at the recruiting office right now. 20 years at the center.
Wow.
And it's like it doesn't matter. You know, I don't want to be out here, but you know, doing stuff like this, just trying to get some ice to stay cool. It's a 4-hour adventure.
4 hours.
Yeah, and I don't panhandle. I don't want to get involved with the police. I don't want somebody to run me out of there or nothing.
So they arrest people for panhandling?
It's frowned upon. People get shooed away.
Yeah.
And it's clearly people need help. And I had so many people saying, "Hey, we're gonna come back and help you out. We're gonna find somewhere to live. We're gonna get the mayor involved," and then they ghost me.
Yeah.
It's
a bunch of empty talk. You know?
Right. You know.
Okay.
If I wanted to be out here, I'd be out my mind. But I don't want to be out here.
Okay. Well, I certainly thank you for sharing your story, man. I know you seem like a very intelligent guy, so
thank you.
I think you're going to eventually get it together. So,
yeah.
Thank you for sharing a little bit of your story, man. We'll get back with you later.
No problem, sir. Thank you.
All right.